Hi, Mystery MQ16 here. Today, I'm going to explain a Norwegian supernatural thriller film called The Innocent. Spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. The movie opens up with a family, traveling to their new home in the suburbs. Inside the car, a little girl Ada seems annoyed by her autistic sister Anna, who is always coming out of anger. She pinches her heart, but Anna feels no pain. In the next scene, the family arrives at their new home and the children begin exploring the empty rooms. Soon, Needed goes to a nearby lake where she notices an earthworm crawling. She goes near them and keeps on looking at their game, but none of them give her any attention. Later, Ben, the boy, whom she saw across the lake, arrived there and befriends her. After that, he takes you two into the woods and shows her his superpower. He asks It drop a bottle cap and changes its direction as it falls. It tries to do the same but fails. Shortly after, she returns home and tells her parents about Ben's powers, but none of them seem to believe her. Seeing her parents giving more attention to Anna, Ida feels jealous. Hence, she puts a broken piece of glass inside her shoes. After some time, the mom, Henriette, takes a knife for a walk and the little girl puts on the same shoes. Surprisingly, she doesn't even flinch, indicating that she doesn't feel any pain. The scene then shifts to Aisha, another girl living in a nearby building. She is playing with her doll while her cats. It's a sign. Later, when she puts on her shoes to go outside, she gets injured as if there is something sharp in your shoes, but when she looks at her wound, the blood vanishes. Meanwhile, Anna's parents are talking with the therapist about her condition. Then she gets up from her seat and starts thumping her feet. After returning home from the therapist, Henriette takes off and his shoes and notices blood all over her socks. On the other end, Aisha, searching for her cat outside the building. When she enters another building and climbs upstairs, she notices a doorknob moving and it's Anna. The other side, hear strange voices from around the apartment. The next day, Edith takes Anna for a walk in the playground. Bad also arrives there and the two head off, leaving Anna alone in the swing. They try to play football, but the senior boys bully Bad and send them away. After a while, he brings out a cat, which is revealed to be Aisha. Steve. He drops it from a height to see if it can successfully land on its feet, and just like that, I hate this kid more than any other cat I've ever known. When they do a rush is downstairs to inspect, they find the cat lying on the floor, injured. Ben immediately finishes it off to put it out of its misery. Yet, I hate this job. He clearly bothered by this, simply walks away. On reaching the park, she finds Anna playing with Aisha. It appears to Sif the two have formed a connection between them. The next day, Ida leaves her sister to play with Aisha and walks towards the basement to inspect the dead cat. She is shocked to find the cat missing. She then does so and asks Aisha to do the same, but she refuses. This makes Ada realize that Aisha's special power is to have telepathic connections with other people. After that, they decide to check if Ben has Aisha's powers of hearing, then can easily hear the words when Ida whispers to Aisha, but has difficulty understanding when Ida whispers to Anna. At the same time, Ida gets a call from her mom asking them to return home for dinner. Once their attorney, Edith whispers the word shark into her sister's ears, hoping that the others will hear it. Surprisingly, Aisha, who is at her home, draws a shark on her window while Anna draws one on her magnetic board. Even Ben draws the shark with mud and sand on his table. The next day, Ed and Anna are near the woods trying to test Bad's ability to hear long distances. Once they reach far, Ida whispers something in Anna's ears, making fun of Ben risingly. He hears it and in a fit of rage he pushes Aisha telepathically. He also throws a stone at Heat and it's on a crash course with her face, but she is able to dodge it in time when Ben marches towards Aisha to punish her. Anna blocks his way. With this, the two with special kids get into a telepathic fight, causing the dirt and branches near them to move. They even end up breaking a large log behind them because of the impact. A splinter is lodged deep inside Anna's leg. Edith tells everyone not to worry as she believes her sister doesn't feel pain. However, Aisha contradicts that. She can, she just cannot express it after reaching home. Henriette notices Anna swooned and inquires with Ada about where they had been the whole day. Edith tries lying about it, but Henriette scolds her for being irresponsible and reckless. Yes, if only she knew they were playing Dragon Ball Z in the woods. The scene then shifts to Ben's apartment where he's playing with his food. He concentrates on a hot boiling pot and makes it move, spilling some water. Ben laughs what he is able to do, so his mother tries to grab the pot but gets her and burnt in the process. Seeing Ben laughing, she thinks that he's making fun of her and scolds him at the same time, then drops a pen from the shelf, which hits his mother on the head. Surprisingly, Aisha's mother also starts bleeding from her head, but when Aisha tells her about it, she is not willing to see the blood. Elsewhere, Ben just stares at his mother while she lies on the floor, bleeding. The evil maniac drops the boiling water on her legs, causing her to scream. Despite this, and feels no remorse. If Ben were a real child, I would slap him. I don't even care. I would slap him the next day. Henriette takes an aside and sits on the table, reading a book. When she notices an applying with Aisha, she approaches and is shocked to hear her daughter speaking. And after some days, Bad finally comes out of his house to play. It turns around, and when he notices the bullies coming towards him later at night, when Ben searches for food inside the fridge, we can see his mother still lying on the floor. He then goes inside his room and starts banging a glowing ball to his bed. Meanwhile, a middle-aged man from another apartment is shown here. Seems to be controlled by someone as you walks out of the door and stops the footbridge. He is also banging a rock in his hand, like Ben was banging the ball before. The boy who bullied Ben in the playground is about to cross the bridge, and as soon as he walks past the man, he silently follows and attacks him with the rock. Ben bang that ball beat the bullies on the bridge. The following day, Edith wakes up to her parents talking about an incident on the footbridge. Later, Edith and Aisha are warned by their mothers to not go too far, but they do not listen. Edith walks up to the bridge and notices blood around the corner. She then goes to play with Ben, who reveals that he controls other people and makes them do the thing that he wants. He calls it fetching, which is scary at first. It has not believed him, but when Ben controls her, makes her climb the fridge, she becomes scared. Later, as the two are watching the bullies play football, Ben concentrates his powers on one of them and breaks his leg. This scares Ada, and before she notices Ben, he's gone. He reaches the woods where he attacks the approaching Aisha with a stone. The little girl tries to get up, but she starts gasping for breath and falls to the ground. That is still not done. He tries to finish Aisha once and for all, but Edith arrives there and pushes them, breaking his concentration. Angry Ben tries to attack her, but when he sees Anna approaching from afar, he runs away. Anna is the straight up again off of this world, and Ben better run. Shortly after, Aisha tries to talk with Hannah, telepathically warning her to be careful with Bad at night. When Aisha tries to sleep, she hears and something is on the glass window. Terrified, she calls out for her mother, but the latter is busy crying in the kitchen. Late at night, Ben tries to concentrate his powers until he takes. So for Aisha's mother, suddenly Anna wakes up from her sleep and seems worried after Ben succeeds in controlling Aisha's mother's mind. She finds herself in a dark room, sensing something moving across her balcony. She grabs a knife for safety and starts walking towards the balcony. She turns around to see a strange-looking child holding a dead rabbit in her hand. In reality, it is Aisha, holding her toy bunny, but in her mother's mind, it is absolute nightmare. The mother approaches her slowly and stabs her. As soon as Aisha stabbed and falls in the stairs, her friend's pain, and right then Ben loses his concentration, and Aisha's mother snaps out of his control. Seeing her daughter dying, she cries and holds her in her arms. And as parents also find Anna in the stairwell and bring her back inside. Following the next day, Ada decides to deal with Bad all by herself. She steals money from her father's wallet and heads out. She didn't approaches Ben's apartment holding a toy plane. Ada asks Ben to join her and the two reach the same footbridge. When Ben goes to throw the plane standing on the edge of the bridge, E2 prepares to push the little bastard, but then a woman spots them and asks them to step away from there. No. However, ever refusing to waste the opportunity, E2 pushes Ben down from the bridge. Yes. And runs away into the woods. Hearing the woman still calling out for her, she grabs a piece of glass to protect herself. She also tries to grab a stick, but it turns out to be a big snake sick building that she's under Ben's control. Now terrified, she starts screaming, and the very next second, she finds herself in a dark forest with this strange, one-legged man approaching her. This almost gives the little girl a heart attack, and when she runs, she again reaches the highway. He2 then holds the piece of glass so tightly that the pain snaps her out of the illusion. She is now in the middle of the highway, with a car approaching her at high speed. Edith jumps out of the way, but the car still hits her leg. In the next scene, she finds herself in the hospital, with her mother by her side. Edith quickly asks about Bad, and Henriette reveals that he survived the fall. This upsets the little girl deeply. Later, Edith arrived home, and she anxiously keeps looking through the window. In one instance, she finds Bad staring at the house. This makes her realize that the evil boy is trying to control her mother and kill everyone. Hence she hides inside the bathroom. Shortly after, Henriette calls E-Tax and informs her to take care of her sister while she is out. Edith slowly comes out of the bathroom and looks for Anna, but cannot find her around. It is then shown that Anna has already left the house. She is now concentrating her powers to fight Bad, facing him from across the same like that Ada did at the beginning. Meanwhile, Ada, who is in a cast, finds it difficult to use the elevator, so she signs to walk downstairs. Unfortunately, her support sticks slept, and she is unable to climb down. This frustrates Sita so deeply that she lets out a wild scream loud enough to be thinking that he has successfully defeated her. However, Anna stands back up and starts concentrating her powers once again. This time all the babies are and absurd crying, while the young kids feel something stranger around them. Is finally able to defeat the evil power of Bed, causing him to die on the spot. After this, everyone returns to their home as if nothing happened. In the last scene, Henriette arrives back home and asks about what happened to the cast on her leg. She does not say anything, and simply hugs her mother tight. Anna, on the other hand, can be seen scribbling and erasing something on her tablet. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out.